Live from PIX 11 with today's top 11 stories. It's the PIX 11 Midday News with John Muller.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Shirley Chan in for John this midday. And here are your top 11 stories on PIX 11. Story 1, of course, is the weather. The worst of the rain is on its way. You can expect scattered showers throughout the rest of your day. It will be chilly and windy, and we will, though, bounce back Friday with partly sunny skies and a high temperature of 75 degrees. Saturday will be mostly sunny and warmer with temperatures in the low 80s. A man is dead and 3 others are hospitalized after carbon monoxide apparently filled their Bernardsville, New Jersey home. Emergency responders were called to the house just before 6 this morning. A 59-year-old man was found dead. A 51-year-old woman and 2 children ages 10 and 5 were taken to the hospital. Their conditions are unknown. Officials are working to determine the cause of the CO2 release. 12 people were hurt in a fire in Brooklyn that also destroyed 3 homes. It happened on East 17th Street in Midwood early this morning. PIX 11's Jennifer Bisram is live at the scene right now with the very latest information for us. Jen.
Hi there, Shirley. You know, fire officials say this was a 4-alarm fire that ripped through 3 homes on this block. Take a look. You can see some of the damage beyond the fire truck that's there right now. That fire, we're told, started at the middle home and quickly spread to the neighboring homes. 12 people altogether had to be taken to the hospital, sadly, including a child. Now, FDNY's chief of fire operations say the call came in around 4 this morning. Within minutes, crews arrived working feverishly to put out the flames. We're told the fire started here at 1488 East 17th Street in Midwood, Brooklyn, and quickly again spread to those 2 neighboring homes. 40 fire units and 25 EMS units responded with 170 firefighters on the scene here this morning. Again, we're told 12 people had to be rushed to the hospital. They include 1 child and 3 firefighters. The homes, as you can see, a complete loss. At least 7 people are now without a home. And we do have some surveillance video for you that we want to show you right now. The moment the fire started, so you take a close look, you can see there's a big explosion, and if you look a little closer, you can see someone running away from the flames. Now, it's unclear who that person is and if that person had anything to do with this fire and how it started. But in the meantime, we talked with a man who witnessed the flames go up and heard children screaming for help. Take a listen.
And I was hearing children screaming, "Help, help, help." Then a voice of a man. And then I went out right away. I saw the 3 houses on fire. And thank God I have been told that the smoke detector saved those families. And thank God everybody's out.
Another live look at this scene here at this hour. Still very active. Lots of fire crews still here. A lot of people in this neighborhood just standing around, looking in disbelief. Again, here's what we know at this point. 12 people were taken to the hospital. We're still waiting to learn their conditions. 7 people no longer have homes, but the Red Cross is here on the ground assisting. The cause of this fire at this point is still unknown, but of course we'll have much more for you later on PIX 11 News at 5. We're live in Midwood, Brooklyn. Jennifer Bisram, PIX 11 News. Shirley?
Okay, Jen, thank you. Now, the jury has started deliberating in the Justice for Junior murder trial. 5 suspected gang members face life in prison in the murder of the Bronx teenager. PIX 11's James Ford is live at Bronx Criminal Court with more. James.
And Shirley, around 12:20 this afternoon, the judge finished giving instructions to the jury and told them to go deliberate until their lunch break. That lunch break began about 2 minutes ago. So that jury had about 40 minutes to talk with one another, kind of analyze things and weigh the evidence. That evidence is extensive. Most of it is surveillance video of the last minutes of Junior Guzman Feliz's life as he was dragged out of a bodega in the Belmont section of the Bronx, was brutally stabbed and killed by admitted Trinitario's gang members on the night of June 20th of last year. On trial, 5 of those gang members, Manuel Rivera, Elvin Garcia, Jonaiki Martinez Estrella, Antonio Rodriguez Hernandez Santiago, and Jose Muniz. They face charges of murder, first-degree and second-degree, manslaughter, gang assault, conspiracy, and criminal weapons possession. The judge told the jury that even though all 5 are on trial together, the jury can decide verdicts for each individual defendant. So what that means is we could end up having a verdict on at least one of the 5 as early as this afternoon. This lunch break ends around 2:15 this afternoon, and the jury will reconvene and still consider a lot of that evidence. We also are highly likely to have a series of verdicts, right? So we'll end up having a verdict announced about one of the defendants. That will get read, and then the jury will continue deliberating on the other defendants until another verdict comes out, then another, then another. A very dramatic conclusion to a very dramatic case for this city and certainly for the family of Junior Guzman Feliz. We're hoping to hear from them once the verdict or verdicts are announced. We will, of course, here at PIX 11 keep you updated on this status as this continues to unfold. We'll keep you updated right up to the minute on the PIX 11 app, on pix11.com, on PIX 11 News on television, and our various platforms, always right up to the minute. Right now, though, reporting live from outside criminal court in the concourse section of the Bronx, I'm James Ford, PIX 11 News. Shirley.
Okay, James, thank you for that update. A second woman has accused Cuba Gooding Jr. of grabbing her. She says it happened at a Manhattan restaurant back in 2008. Now, the new accusations come as the 51-year-old actor is expected to surrender to police after an alleged incident last weekend. That woman accused him of grabbing her chest at the Magic Hour rooftop on 7th Avenue. Now, the actor has denied those allegations. Workers fixing a marquee at Newark Symphony Hall after an out-of-control car crashes into it this morning. The car jumped the curb on Broad Street, hitting a utility pole, sending it through the marquee, and then the car hit a tree. The driver and a 4-month-old baby suffered minor injuries, and they are expected to be okay. The accident is under investigation. 2 oil tankers in the Gulf of Oman have been attacked. This video from Iranian state TV allegedly showing damage to one of the vessels. Now, there were no serious injuries in these attacks. Japan's trade ministry says the tankers were carrying, quote, Japan-related cargo. So far, there's no word on who launched the attacks, but they have already caused oil prices to spike. Governor Cuomo and the state legislature are working to end religious exemptions for vaccinations after a major measles outbreak. The legislation would end people's ability to skip vaccinations based on religious beliefs. Health reasons would be the only exemption. Now, there are 588 measles cases in the city since September. The state Senate is voting today, and the Assembly will move the bill to the floor for a vote in the next few days. The man allegedly hired to shoot baseball star David Ortiz in the Dominican Republic may also be wanted in New Jersey. 25-year-old Ralphie Ferreira Cruz hails from Patterson. Reports say there are warrants out for his arrest for at least 2 armed robberies. He is still in custody in the Dominican Republic along with 6 other suspects. Ortiz is recovering in Boston. A bunch of Babe Ruth memorabilia is up for auction today. A jersey that he wore between 1928 and 1930 is expected to fetch at least $4.5 million, and that would make it the most valuable piece of sports memorabilia ever. There are also items from the Babe's personal collection, including a pair of his cleats and his 1935 contract with the Boston Braves, where he played after he left the Yankees, of course. And finally, from the PIX 11 archives, it's almost our birthday. Channel 11 went on the air on June 15th, 1948. That is 71 years ago this Saturday. And we're looking back at some fond memories, including these classic shows WPIX used to air. Look at this fun lineup.
11 Alive.
There are great evenings of comedy on 11 Alive. Weeknights starting at 5. Watch the fun and mischief happen when everyone's favorite genie escapes from her bottle on I Dream of Jeannie, starring Barbara Eden and Larry Hagman. At 5:30, see Dick Van Dyke and Mary Tyler Moore team up for hilarious comedy as the fun-loving Petries on The Dick Van Dyke Show. At 6, don't miss all of the outrageous antics of your favorite bachelor roommates, Finicky Felix and Sloppy Oscar, on The Odd Couple. Followed at 6:30 by first-rate laughs from a second-hand junkman on Sanford & Son, starring Red Fox and Demond Wilson. Then at 7, Jack Klugman and Tony Randall are back for more madcap misadventures as New York's most mismatched roommates on The Odd Couple. Great evenings of comedy every weeknight right here on 11 Alive.
Some major TV classics there.